If you are a fan of Formula One, you might have considered attending an F1 Grand Prix live in person in 2023. During the 2022 season, I attended two Grand Prix, the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal and the United States Grand Prix in Austin. In this video, I will share my experience from these events so that you can better decide if going to a Grand Prix live is the right decision for you. Let's get started. We will begin by looking at the main reasons why you should attend live. The experience. Personally, being live at an F1 event was truly remarkable. The scale of F1 is something that you cannot get from watching it on TV. The energy you feel by being around thousands of fans is something that has to be experienced. There is just something about hearing and seeing the cars in person that is special. In addition to watching the racing, there are a lot of things to do at the venue. The drivers come out and speak to fans on Friday and Saturday, and in some cases you might even get a chance to interact with them and get an autograph. The venue will be filled with F1 merchandise stores, so if you like shopping, it's a great event to go to. There will also be several other activities depending on where in the track you're located. Sometimes there will even be live concerts by big-name artists. At the United States Grand Prix, for example, Ed Sheeran was performing after the qualifying session on Saturday, and your entry ticket for F1 included entry to the concert. Now that we've looked at the benefits of attending live, let's look at some of the disadvantages. While many might say that it's inexpensive to attend an F1 Grand Prix, this is not necessarily true if you want to really watch the racing. The general admissions passes, which are sold for between $150 and $300 depending on the venue, might seem relatively inexpensive considering that you get 3 days of access to the venue. But from my experience, this general admissions pass is not worth it if you are there to watch the racing. The general admissions pass does not give you an assigned seat, and in the areas where you can view the race, it is usually very crowded and you can barely see the cars for a few seconds. In my experience, even if you get there really early and get a spot right up by the fence, you won't get much of a context of what's going on in the qualifying session or the race. You simply see cars whizzing by for 2 or 3 seconds. In the Canadian Grand Prix, I had the general admissions pass for the first 2 days, and during the race day, I upgraded to a seat near turn 1. The seat which I had was definitely worth it in my opinion. You could see cars coming out of the pit lane, and you could even see the race start and the race finish. The trade-off is that I paid a huge sum for my seat on Sunday. It was around 550 Canadian dollars for that single day. So in summary, if you really want to watch the racing, you need an assigned seat. And assigned seats cost a lot more than the general admissions passes. So just keep that in mind. The second thing that you have to keep in mind is that F1 is an open event, which means you have to be ready for any weather conditions. For example, in Canada, on Saturday, it was really raining and wet. It was a miserable day. But on Sunday, the conditions improved and it was a beautiful day to sit and watch the race. Third thing to keep in mind is that it's hard to follow what's going on in the race. Even if you do have a great seat, it's still hard to follow exactly what's going on track. The leaders might be changing positions somewhere else where you can't see it. There are huge television screens which are set up in each seating area, so you can follow what's going on in other sections of the track where you're not sitting. However, if you are a statistics type of person, like you need to know lap times, pit stop times, the chances a driver will be overtaken and so on, it's best to watch from home. You're simply not going to get that kind of information from watching live. I would like to conclude with one benefit of attending live which I forgot to mention earlier. At the conclusion of Sunday's Grand Prix, those who have tickets to the venue can walk on the track. This was one of my favorite parts of attending the Grand Prix live. Hope this video helped you learn about the advantages and disadvantages of watching a Formula One Grand Prix live. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and consider subscribing to the channel for more great Formula One content.